So here we go, we're back, and that needs to get onto here, and I don't have a lift. It's currently in another location. Yeah, no. Hey, I don't think I can lift this. Gosh, where's Ian? She could use him right now. Whoa!
Where am I?
You're in my garage?
Serious?
Where'd you come from?
I have no idea.
Hey, I need some help.
You need me to lift that?
Uh-huh.
No problem.
Yay! Ian's here. Sweet. Pin. In. Done. So, how did we get here? Well, like all good plans, this one began with absolute confidence and very little evidence to support it. But let's go back. Where did this car come from? Well, a good friend of mine rescued this Lotus Esprit S1 from a California backyard where it sat nearly 30 years. Not because it wanted to, but because the trees had grown up completely blocking its only gateway to freedom. Those trees eventually had to be cut down, allowing the Esprit to escape and immediately make its way to me, where I brought it home to Washington State, fully convinced that I knew exactly what I was getting into. Hard to believe, but over a year has already passed, and in that time we've had plenty of surprises, and a few moments where, well, I learned something new about myself, mostly that I'm very good at creating extra work for myself. But in the end, everything has been repaired. Eventually. I did not expect this car to be this difficult. Every time I dig a little deeper, I uncover something else that's wrong, almost as if the car is testing me, or training me, or slowly breaking me. I've removed the head to see what was lurking inside, stripped out the interior completely, attempted to pull the body off the chassis, and then made a very calculated decision not to. Some might call that chickening out. I call it strategic restraint. So instead, I decided to fast-track the project so we could get the Esprit back on the road, at least for now. The engine was finally removed, completely stripped down, and that brings us to today's episode, where the music changes, the lights dim, and we come face to face with the terrible cylinder liners. This is where the mission gets complicated. I think we need to heat it up.
Well, the aluminum will heat and expand quicker than the steel. Insert liner.
So one of the suggested methods for removing these liners is to simply take a wooden dowel and pound away. Well, these things were not going to move very easily. Oh yeah, I can feel the difference between the two. Totally coming out. I know what you're thinking. That guy's hammering on the block. Let me reassure you, he is not. He's being very careful just to hit the liner. We just could not get enough force from the wood block to move the liner. This, in the end, actually works. Going.
Okay, go on that side.
Okay. Whose idea was it to use that stupid piece of wedge of wood?
That was yours, Rob. It's not a bad idea. I thought it was. Pretty dumb, and look at me now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ta-da!
Oh, that is crazy.
Wow, look at the crustiness on that. Oh,
Wow. I can't believe you got one out.
got one out. Good job.
That is nuts.
It's a 907 Lotus. Only 3 more to go. So close. Let's see if I can catch this one. Yay!
I'm wondering if you could almost pull them out.
I wonder.
Catch this one?
Oh, it's already there. All right, here we go. Look at that. There. Yeah. That first lip, and then once you get past it, yeah. Ta-da! Yeah, that needs some more cleaning.
I like smell it. It smells weird.
It does smell weird.
Are these your coolant passages?
Yeah.
Right in here?
Yeah, that's not good.
Gosh.
Okay, now that the liners are out of the way, it's time to clean this up just a little bit more. So there's some stuff that just did not come clean at the machine shop. We're going to try to get this out. It's pretty bad, but hopefully a little bit of pressure washing will do the trick. Okay, I think it becomes pretty evident at this point that this is going to need a little bit more than just a scrub and a pressure wash. This needs to be media blasted. Well, my friends, we have come to the end of this video. Was it the best outcome we could have had? No, but I have some fact finding to do. I hope that I don't have to get another block. I do want to finish cleaning this. There's still a lot of debris in there, and not so much debris, but there's a lot of staining. I would like this to be pristine before we put it back together, but as you can see, unfortunately, we have to end this video on a rather downer, but there's hope. I've got new liners. The old ones, as you can tell, are not looking that great. What I thought was clean the initial time after it came back from the shop turned out to be not the case. And as you can tell in the appearance of these particular liners, there is a lot of debris on there that didn't come out in the initial wash, which was fine. It was coming out anyway, but it looks like it might have taken a little bit of the block with it. Is that a deal breaker? I don't know. We're going to have to find out. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, watching another video. I really appreciate all the support and all the comments that you're making. I actually learn a lot out of the comments, so thank you for that. And we're going to keep cruising along. I've been getting some bids on the interior. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that. Yeah, I may be learning to sew. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. I'm going to see if I can do something about this. I mean, it's too bad Ian's not here. He could probably help me fix this, right? Because Ian can do anything, right? Where is he anyway? Ian? Come on, bro. Where are you? Ian? Oh, Ian. Come on, man. Don't leave me hanging.
Where am I?
You're in my garage. That was easy.
That was easy.
Done. Sweet.
Turkey!